You and I can travel through time. Yes, and Einstein showed two ways it might be possible. Maybe that's why, over history, time travelers have visited our world. On the night of June 28, 2009, a supposed wormhole opened in London. A time traveler walked out of it and met Stephen Hawking because Hawking himself had invited time travelers to a party. The idea came from Einstein. The invitation was meant for anyone who could travel back in time. But why did Stephen Hawking hold this time traveler party? Did any actual time traveler show up? And what were the two ways Einstein said could let us travel through time? Hello guys, let's begin another episode. Go follow. In 2003, an American named Andrew Carlssin started trading with $800, and 2 weeks later he had $350 million. Every trade he made seemed perfect, like he already knew the future. When authorities found him, they arrested him. He didn't panic, he seemed to expect it. During interrogation, they asked how he did it. He smiled and said, "I'm from the year 2256, I know the future." People laughed, but he claimed he could predict things. Cure for AIDS, Osama's location. Reportedly, he was released and vanished forever. The FBI searched the country and never found him again. Was Andrew Carlssin a real-time traveler? Can we ever travel forward or backward through time? Those were the same questions Stephen Hawking asked around 2000 when he reread Einstein's ideas about space-time. Hawking wondered if math allows wormholes and warp drive-like concepts that bend time, could humans one day actually travel in time? He wanted to test it, so he ran an experiment he called the Time Traveler Party. Let's explain that idea and then see whether a time traveler actually showed up at Hawking's party. On the cold, quiet night of June 28, 2009, an old college hall in Cambridge glowed with warm light. Helium balloons drifted, champagne bottles chilled on tables. A banner read, "Welcome time travelers." In the center sat Stephen Hawking in his wheelchair, one of the greatest minds alive, waiting not for a normal guest, but for time itself. The hall was silent. Each tick of the clock felt like the universe watching. Hawking had arranged a party, but only for special people, those who might be born in the future and able to travel back in time. And yes, that's true. Hawking designed the invitations but did not send them. He decided to display them after the party. That way, the only way anyone could attend would be to travel from the future to that night. So, did any time traveler arrive? Did Hawking meet somebody from the future? What did science learn from his experiment? And can we ever time travel? To answer, we first have to understand one important concept: time. For everyday life, time seems to flow the same for everyone. 1 second, the next second, and so on. But from science's point of view, that flow isn't universal. Time isn't a single river flowing the same for everyone. It changes with your speed, your location, and the gravity around you. That's the secret Einstein discovered 100 years ago. And yes, according to Einstein's theories, time travel is possible, but in our four-dimensional universe, there are only two things that can control the flow of time. First, motion. Einstein showed that our universe has more than length, width, and height. The fourth dimension is time. Together they form a giant fabric called space-time. Every object moves through that fabric. When something speeds up, its journey through time slows relative to others. For example, if an astronaut travels at near light speed, time for them passes much more slowly than it does on Earth. That effect is called time dilation. Real, measurable science. In 2015, astronaut Scott Kelly spent a year on the International Space Station while his twin brother Mark stayed on Earth. When Scott returned, tiny differences appeared in their bodies. Scott was microscopically younger than his twin. The difference was tiny, but it proved time does not pass the same for everyone. Imagine an astronaut traveling at near light speed for 1 year. For them, it would be 1 year, while thousands of years could pass on Earth. That's time travel into the future. But speed isn't the only way to manipulate time. The second way is gravity. Einstein also showed gravity bends space-time. A massive planet or a black hole warps the fabric around it and causes time to slow in its vicinity. Stand close to a very massive object and your time will pass slower than someone far away. In theory, standing near a black hole can slow your aging compared to someone on a distant planet. So gravity can also be used to shift your position in time.
Einstein even suggested that the space-time fabric could contain tunnels, shortcuts connecting different points in space and time. These tunnels are called wormholes. A stable wormhole, if we could create or find one, might connect two different times or places and let you travel between them. That's the basic theoretical foundation for a time machine. Einstein gave us the concept. Stephen Hawking read these ideas and thought, if humans ever build a time machine, someone in the future could travel back to the past. So he set up the Time Traveler Party as an experiment, an invitation visible only after the event, so only a person who could travel back in time would be able to attend. The hall stayed empty, but Hawking wasn't disappointed. He felt the experiment had answered something fundamental. He argued for what he called the chronology protection conjecture. The universe protects its own timeline. Even when equations allow time loops, nature prevents them from forming in reality. Why would the universe stop time travel? Hawking suggested that if anyone tried to create closed time loops, the energy around the loop would become wildly unstable and destroy the process. When you try to make a wormhole or time loop, quantum fluctuations, tiny energy vibrations, destabilize the structure and close the door. So while general relativity may allow time bending, when you include quantum mechanics, the math breaks down. Time seems to protect itself. Most physicists accept Hawking's point. If the universe didn't block time travel, paradoxes would be everywhere. People could erase their own pasts, change births, or destroy history. Since we don't see those contradictions, maybe the universe prevents them. But that does not prove time travel is absolutely impossible. There's another approach, the multiverse. Some modern theories suggest that whenever a time traveler changes the past, the universe splits. A new branch of reality forms where the changes happen, while the original universe stays untouched. So paradoxes are avoided because your actions affect the new branch, not the one you left. If that's how it works, then Hawking's party might have been attended by a time traveler, but their visit would spawn a different universe that split off at that moment. It's confusing and fascinating, and that's why I love reading about the universe and sharing it with you. I tried to explain how time, space, gravity, and speed interact without heavy math. If you want a deeper understanding, listen again. If you have questions, write them in the comments. If you learned something, like and share the video. If you're new, subscribe and turn on the bell.